What's up, guys? We are back with another episode of Tarot Talks. This is the rune series. This is Ansuz. This is the fourth rune in the Elder Futhark. I lost my white runes, so it's kind of hard to see this guy, but you know, we're working with what we got here. Okay, so this is a replica. This is a repull of a reading that I did recently. I have a book full of readings that I have actually completed. Professional readings that I have done over the last year and a half. This is an amazing side hustle, guys. If you can get yourself up and going, I can help you with that. I love it. I love teaching, so reach out to me for that. But anyway, this was a reading from the other day. I had some astrology that I was doing with that reading. I went into his birth chart, and this guy had a couple prominent transits in his 7th house. So 7th house is Libra. Libra has to do with law. It also has to do with partnerships, the one side and the other, going back and forth. And this rune here has to do with communication. It is one of the key words to it. So this is Ansuz, communication, breath, intelligence, the rune of Odin. It looks like an antenna, like the old school antennas that used to be on top of houses in the 80s. I don't know if some of you guys remember that. You probably weren't around. Antennas are a bridge for communication. So communication was really, really big. A big theme in this reading. So I had used 2 cards from a different deck, which is the New Orleans Voodoo deck, which I absolutely love. There's a lot of serpents in that deck, and I love serpents. They're kind of like my spirit animal. But anyway, so this is talking about the divorcee, the single woman. There's 2 single woman cards of the tarot. One is the 9 of Pentacles. The other one is the Queen of Swords. So they represent single women. Okay? So we're talking about someone who is cold in nature, who is unemotional, not really available emotionally, someone who is judgmental. And so we have the 2 children that showed up. This guy's got 2 children. We have the Page of Pentacles upside down, and this one is equivalent to the Page of Wands in the New Orleans Tarot deck. And this is, actually, I have their sister cards right here, so if it makes it easier for you guys. Sorry to be confusing, but I just want to be authentic to what the reading truly looked like. And then we have, this was the Ace. This one is comparable to the Ace. I'm just going to set it down here. You guys know what the Ace looks like, the Ace of Cups. So I like to throw these cards in here because you could see how different this card is from this card, even though they're sister cards. It really meant a lot to the reading because we're talking about a woman, a snake-faced woman, and again, this is upside down, who is choking the communication out of someone. Someone is scared to communicate. Someone is being manipulated, and she's showing you here the 9 of Swords. She is contributing to someone worrying at night, being up at night, crying at night. Excuse me, by her actions or words, there's definitely manipulation going on, and it's affecting the children. And that was a really big theme, and we talked about it, and it was dead on, like they're in therapy and whatever, what have you. So the runes also had little poems called Eddas that go along with them, and this is just what is written. It's the source of all language, a pillar of wisdom and comfort to wise men, a blessing and a joy every night. So I'm all about getting as much information from the tools that you are using. So that's why I'm really big on using the astrological associations. This one is Earth. This is going to be Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. Okay, all my Astro stuff is written on the back. And then this one is a time of year. This is first decan of Virgo, second and third decan of Libra. So if we're talking about times of the year, that's going to be in the fall, in the coming fall. This one is Mars in Gemini. So this is a war of the mind. Again, Gemini has that dual side, just like Libra does. And Gemini is the god of communication. So there's some kind of warring aspect, some type of volatile energy when it comes to communication being the key. And again, if I didn't have this rune to solidify the communication aspect of this reading, I mean, the reading would not seem as prevalent. but it is. And I'm glad that I did this the way that I did this. So again, like I said, I'm all about using different tools to get as much information as I can from a few cards. I truly believe in that. So yeah, that's what this one was about. And that's really it about Feihu. I don't go too deep into the runes because I'm not a master. The only thing that I am very proficient in is the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. I could talk about that for hours, days upon end. Even the Voodoo deck, I am not fully proficient in. I do like to use them as tools, as people like use angel cards and stuff like that to throw into their reading. So that's just how I do mine, and that's why I like sharing how I do things, because sometimes you could find something that resonates with you. It might not be the whole aspect. It might just be the runes that you like. The runes, you can go very, very deep into them. If you're interested in them, I would say study them. I like to associate runes with cards, and so if you're already very proficient in the meanings of the cards, so Feihu is the delivery of a message. And again, what are the pages? They are messengers, okay? So these kids have something to tell him. These kids have a message to convey to him, and he is being prompted by me just to be open to that and trying to initiate those conversations that these kids might want to have, but they don't want to be the initiators because they have someone at home who's manipulating them. So I felt like this reading was so healing, and it was so on point, and I just can't say enough about, like I said, using the little tidbits, all the tidbits that you have, and putting it together. And one thing, again, helpful that I do, and I think I mentioned this again, is like I write all the Astro stuff on the back, and I pull my cards. Everything's in here. I pull my cards before I talk to my client. I don't even have to know their name. I don't know what's going on with their life. I put the story together with the images, and I write it down. I write all my tidbits, all my Astro stuff, all the numerology, all of the modalities, which would be like earth, air, fire, water. This reading had some of each, all of the elements. And sometimes, like if it's all air, this is going to be all in the mind. If it's all earth, it's going to be about the body, the physical body, or properties and money. If it's about fire, this is going to be about emotions and will, and the ganas and the balls you have to go out and do stuff. And sometimes it'll be fire all upside down. It means you have no balls and you need to grow some balls, work on them balls. And then we have water. Water is going to be creativity. It's going to be trying to be in flow. And sometimes with the air and the water, we could go with like, we can get like a wishy-washy feeling. Like, you know, there needs to be some solidarity and solidification. Too much wishy-washy sometimes shows up with those things. It just depends on how the cards show up. But I'm going to try and do a couple more videos for you guys. Sorry for the delay, you know, life. I've been doing this full-time, working full-time, and also I opened a business this year, so it's been a little bit tough. Sometimes for me it's just the setup, like setting up the camera, getting my notes together, repulling the cards. It's not something I can just jump on and do. So I get kind of distracted and I'm like, I'll do it later, and then it's like 6 months and I haven't been back to give you guys a video, but I'm going to try and fix that. So I'm going to talk to you guys soon. Hopefully you're enjoying this series. I'm going to leave my email in the comments if you want to, and I'm just going to link my email. If you guys want a lesson or a reading, you can contact me that way. Have a great day.